Have you ever had that heavy pit in your stomach on a Sunday night? That quiet dread before another week begins? Like something inside of you is whispering, I can't do this anymore. That feeling isn't random. It's not laziness. It's not weakness. It's your inner compass trying to wake you up. As it turns out, we are not blank slates. From the very beginning, something real and unchanging already lives inside of us. A seed of who we are meant to become. That essence stays with us for life. It pulls us towards certain things and quietly pushes us away from others. It guides us through emotion, joy when we move towards truth, unease when we drift away. When we follow it, we feel alive, focused, creative, and fulfilled. It's the biology of purpose. The brain rewards us with dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. A symphony of chemicals that says, yes, this is it. That is the flow state, where effort melts into ease, where work feels like play, and time disappears. But when we stray from that compass, we start to feel anxious, restless, numb. That's what I call authentic anxiety. That inner alarm that rings when we've wandered too far away from ourselves. Some people, if they are lucky, were raised to trust their natural direction. Their parents encouraged curiosity, self-expression, and freedom. They built lives that matched who they truly were, so their compass never needed to scream. But for most of us, that isn't the case. We were raised to be good, to please, to perform, to meet expectations. We learned to quiet that inner voice, to make others comfortable, to avoid rejection, to earn love. By the time we've reached adulthood, we've built a life that looks fine on the outside, but feel empty on the inside. And that is where the quarter-life crisis begins. It's not failure, it's a calling, an invitation to come home to yourself. That compass doesn't speak in words, it speaks through feelings. That quiet unease after a conversation that felt off, that deep calm you feel when you're doing something that feels right. That's your compass. It's a wisdom older than thought. A primal knowing that once kept our ancestors alive. It still guides us towards what gives us meaning. Love, creativity, connection, and contribution. And when we ignore it, it doesn't stop working. It simply gets louder through restlessness, burnouts, or low moods. Not as a punishment, but as a guidance. It's saying, you've gone off track, come home. So let's talk about that Sunday night dread. It's not about hating Mondays. It's not even about work itself. It's about that quiet knowing that you are not where you're meant to be. All week long, we numb that knowing with busyness, alcohol, scrolling, parties, noise, distractions. But Sunday night, the world calms down, and suddenly the whisper becomes clear. Something isn't right. The dread isn't cruel, it's compassionate. It's your inner compass knocking and saying, I'm still here. I haven't given up on you. When you follow your compass, life doesn't suddenly just become easy, but it becomes right. You might feel physically tired, but never mentally drained. You end the day fulfilled, not empty. When you use your natural strengths, your body gives you energy instead of taking it away. That is what alignment feels like. But to truly listen to the compass, we must first calm what the ancient philosophers called the horse. They saw the mind as a horse guided by a rider. The horse represents our emotion. It's wild, powerful, and instinctive. The rider is our awareness. It's calm, conscious, and guiding. If the horse is wounded by fear, it panics, it bolts, and the rider loses control. Our work isn't to silence the horse. It's to understand it, to soothe it, to rebuild trust. Because once the horse feels safe, it listens. And then you can ride together, gracefully, purposefully, powerfully, in the direction you were always meant to go. And this is what self-development and healing are truly about. Learning to calm the noise inside, to soften the storm of emotion, so the compass beneath can be heard again. Before we can truly listen, we must learn to tell the difference between the voice of fear and the voice of truth. The voice of fear is loud, urgent, and protective. It wants to keep us safe. The voice of truth is quiet. It doesn't push, it simply knows. Healing is the art of remembering, which is love. And when you begin to heal, you build trust between the two parts, the rider and the horse. The emotions soften, the mind begins to listen, and for the first time, you and your inner world begins to move together, gracefully, purposefully, powerfully, in the direction you were always meant to go. So, if you've been feeling that Sunday night dread, don't rush to escape it. Instead, pause, breathe, and reflect. Ask yourself softly, is this my pain trying to protect me? Or my compass trying to guide me? You don't need to have the answers yet. Just being curious is enough. Because each time you pause instead of react, each time you get curious instead of critical, you strengthen that bridge between your awareness and your emotions. That's how healing deepens. That's how clarity returns. And over time, that quiet voice within grows clearer, warmer, wiser. Because that heaviness you feel isn't a problem to fix. It's a compass to follow. It's the whisper that says, come home now, you are ready. So I invite you to take a deep breath now. And simply promise yourself this, that you will begin to pause, to feel, to reflect, and to listen, even if what you hear is faint at first. Because every time you do, you strengthen the bridge between your emotions and your awareness. And one day soon, you'll realize that you've been walking with your compass all along. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Because the journey home always begins with one small moment of listening.